Indie comics. They can be amazing. They can suck. Guess what? This one's amazing. So after picking up the first issue of the Image comic Gideon Falls, I noticed that the writer of it was also the writer of Essex County here. And I've had this on my bookshelf for years. I picked it up at a comic book shop's half-price used graphic novels section. So there's one of those, believe it or not. And I picked this up mainly because I thought it looked interesting. I read the spine, read the back, said it won some awards, so I thought, hey, I'll pick this up. It's not like it ever goes bad, and eventually I'll get around to reading it. Also, the public library down here didn't have it, so it was a good pickup. Whenever I can get it from the public library, I get it. I don't like to buy things. So finally got around to reading this while I was on vacation at the beach, and was absolutely blown away. So, like a lot of indie comics, doesn't have too many words in it. It's got a fairly simple story. I think it's autobiographical. I don't want to make that claim for the author. I don't know. I didn't Google it or do any research or anything like that. But I think it's autobiographical because the author, it does say about the author page, grew up in Essex County. So it's about there's 3 sections. So the first one's about a little boy, kind of growing up. I believe he's like 10 or 11 in this county called Essex County. The second one's about an old man who has hearing problems, who's sort of remembering his life. And the third one's about the nurse who takes care of the old man with hearing problems and sort of the things that she does on a daily basis. So this Essex County. Now I did Google the county. It's in Canada. You'll notice we already got the hockey stick on here, right? Hockey plays a big role in this. Which, as far as the sport goes, I don't have a hockey team I support. There was no local hockey team growing up, but I do like watching hockey. It's just I don't have a team to root for, so never really gotten into it like I probably would and have other sports. But when I did Google Essex County, it's supposed to be a really rural place, and when I looked at it, it had nearly 200,000 people in it, and I thought, oh damn, that's not rural at all. That's like a minimum. That's suburban, I guess. I don't know. Either way, I don't really care because this story's so good, and it does a great way of evoking rural life. I grew up in suburban Indiana, but my mom and dad were from a really rural community, and my cousins still lived out there, and aunts and uncles and grandparents and stuff. So yeah, it does a great way of capturing sort of living in farm country that other things haven't. Again, it's an indie comic. It won't take you too long to read, but the thing that blew me away and why I would 100% recommend this to just about everyone on Earth is how much emotion this writer managed to get out of me with so little dialogue and an art style that is certainly not realistic. It's definitely his own particular and unique art style. And I liked it to begin with, and I loved it by the end of it. So, yeah, I was just blown away, because by the end of this, I didn't want it to end. I really did not want it to end. So again, divided into 3 sections. At the end, he also has some bonus content, which is great. I felt like I was, watching DVD bonus features there in the end, because I wasn't ready for it to end, and then I turned the page, and I'm like, oh, cool, bonus content. This is great. I love this writer. After reading Gideon Falls, Jeff Lemire, Gideon Falls I'm going to be looking forward to, I think, every month, because that first issue just blew me away. And like I said in my review of it, nothing really happened. So that's when you're dealing with a good writer. This has a ton of stuff happen, but again, very little dialogue. It's letting the pictures. It uses the sequential art that elevates comic books to a whole nother artistic level. People can snub their nose about comic books all they want, but if you're looking for something that's really, really art and is gonna make you feel something just the same as if you watched a movie or watched some kind of stage play or read a novel or something like that, this is it. And to me, this was really relatable. Again, I kind of grew up and spent a lot of time in rural Indiana, which is was one of God's chosen few to be born in Indiana, right? And this just did a great job. The interplay with the characters, so I haven't given any of that away, I hope, but there's a lot of twists and turns and surprises about the characters and about how they're connected and about how their lives, even though there's, a lot of age gap between all of them, how their lives sort of intertwine and stuff like that. Yeah, definite pickup. And if you're a hockey fan, like, yeah, definitely get this because it's got a ton of hockey stuff. Great. As you can tell, if you look down and read the back of it, and it'll talk about all the stuff it won. At $30, again, I don't like to buy graphic novels, and when I can, I always get them from the library. But at $30, this was worth it. Even though it only took me less than an afternoon to read, I was so happy with this. And normally I get rid of books and graphic novels after I read them. I don't like books hanging around on my bookshelf and stuff like that after I've read them. I might keep this forever. I enjoyed it that much. I might keep it forever and maybe try to get it signed or something. So yeah, Essex County, definite pickup, especially if you like indie comics. A little bit quirky, a lot of bit fun, and really, really bittersweet. So yeah, definitely check it out. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you check out Essex County because, again, it's got a lot of hype and stuff like that on the reviews. More than lived up to it for me. So yeah, definitely check it out.